They're three
Well,
and
then
zero.
let's
That's
talk
not
about the
good.
Chiefs. Let's talk about a tale of two halves. The Chiefs walk away winners 22-9. Uh, First half was absolutely horrific.
That's an understatement.
I don't like it worse than our first two games, honestly. From an offensive standpoint, worse than the first two games. Even last week, offensive output for four quarters was really bad. First half was even worse against this Giants team that's not very good. Second half, something happens. The defense keeps us in it. Go into halftime, and the second half is called offensively completely different. Like the scheme isn't even remotely, it's not even remotely close to what we've seen the first half of that game or the two games prior. Did Andy just go in and revoke Matt Nagy's like play calling duties? Did Andy get in Matt Nagy's ear and tell him, hey, figure it out or you're gone? Like why was there such a why do you think there was such a big difference in play calling and scripting?
I do think trying to talk about who calls what plays in our organization is a lot of like wasted breath. But clearly, Andy Reid was fired up on the sidelines, um, like shouldering into Travis Kelsey, and like you heard Pat kind of dismiss the question after the game, like what was said at halftime, like what caused the turnaround. But um, I think we could not learn a lot. That's not the phrase I was going for. But we could really do like as fans, we should really do ourselves like the service of believing in Andy Reid as a motivator of men because I don't think anybody else in that locker room, player or coach, was more responsible for like the difference in those two halves than Andy Reid. There's not a single person, player or coach, that was more instrumental in the why the team would look differently than it very well could have been him taking over the play, but just like the attitude, the the drive, like you could see it that this coach was going to will his team to a victory in this one. And like if you think that doesn't look good on a sideline, like if like the camera's on Andy Reid and he's shouldering into a player and getting jaw jacking with his like star players, and you think that's a bad look, like I think it's a great look. I think this team knows it has problems, and I think they have the desire, and especially Andy Reid has the drive to fix those issues. So um,
The reason
we
I
have
brought up the
we have a Hall of Fame head coach, and this is
absolutely.
this is um, this is just evidence of him knowing how to be a leader of men.
Yeah, the reason why I brought up like did Andy like was there a play caller change is like you said, Pat kind of dismissed it. Andy did not in the post game presser, and not that he came out specifically and said I called the players or whatever, or that there was a change there, but there were questions asked about specific plays and scheming specific guys, and if Matt Nagy had a say in kind of some of the things that were going on. And Andy said that Matt Nagy did have some input, but it was him and Pat who were collaborating on the second half script together.
Oh, you could tell Pat was just furious with the play calls in the first half. You could just see it. The
There
body
was
language for the team was so bad in the first half.
there's something to say about that because Pat looked increasingly annoyed. There were a lot of people, they didn't show it on camera, but there were a lot of Chiefs fans who were at the game saying in the first half, he would receive a play call and then he would walk over to the sideline trying to figure it out and then would show disgust and then go back and they'd run the play or whatever. But there was a lot of communication issue that was in the first half there and it changed drastically. Um, Even in the way of schematically blocking or getting Pat under center, something we've been calling for a couple of years now, happened quite a bit more in this game, even more so than the last game when we saw it happen a couple of times. We got the running game going and fired up. I think they finally forced that thing there in the second
We
half. 10
whatever
runs
the
apiece.
the decision making when it came to running the ball in the second half, we need to stick to whatever the hell that was. We have to have an effective running game for this offense to work. And like we've already established that this running game is not going to be anything flashy, but Kareem Hunt gets you a touchdown and Isaiah Pacheco is sitting really close to 5 yards per carry. So like whatever changes were made and the style that we were running in that second half, that 100% has to carry over to every other game this season. We cannot the first 18 quarters of football this year, not it when it came to the running game. Whatever we did in those last 2 quarters is what we have to stick with the rest of the season.
Have we found MVS who can catch now? Is that what we have in Tyquan Thornton?
Don't
Don't
compare him to
disrespect
MVS.
don't disrespect TD Thornton like that.
Hey, that finger that
Got
went up
that
in the air, bro, that was hilarious.
that
I
was
was
awesome.
laughing on screen, bro.
So good.
Back-to-back throws in the
Um,
same spot in the field. One you actually catch for a touchdown, and you do that at the end. Love it.
he's shown a lot of spark, man. He has it, and I think it's working out as quickly as it does because like he didn't play very much last year, but he was with the team last year. He got to learn this the
Yeah, he's
scheme.
not a rookie. Like this is third or fourth year in the league. Like
Yep, former second round pick, exiled from the Patriots, spent a portion of last season with the team, learning the playbook, ready to go as soon as his number's called. This is going to be a good story for him if he can keep it together. And he's shown kind of through 2 weeks that he can do it. And I think he's going to open up the game for a lot of the other guys. Even with Rashee coming back later on, week 7. Who knows what's going on with Xavier Worthy? I think there's real potential for Tyquan Thornton to be wide receiver 2 even with a full healthy room.
well, he's
I
wide
think he
receiver
can
one
definitely
right
do it.
now.
Sure.
I think the play Pat missed him on, if they had a little bit more chemistry, they would have made that play happen. But since this is third game together, they did not have the chemistry down, so they were just not on the
So,
same page with that one.
I am going to take the time to say that not just Patrick Mahomes, but quarterbacks all over the league this year, we're seeing a hefty number of underthrown balls. I'm seeing a lot of catches where players are having to slow down and come back to the ball rather than being hit in stride. This is just 3 games this season, but I have seen a lot of that across the NFL this year. And Pat
What would
being
you
just as much of a culprit as anybody else.
Yeah, he's thrown a lot of underthrown balls. What would you say the issue on that might be? Is it due to maybe not having that game chemistry? Obviously, there's chemistry there in practice and whatnot. Is it maybe the game time chemistry that gets it messed up? Is there too much worry about potentially
Well,
the too high
one of the
safeties or the pass
one of the
rush?
only bits of like game analysis from Tom Brady that like I kind of have clung to since he's retired is like the erosion of developing quarterbacks in the NFL. Like we are so draft draft your quarterbacks early, and if they don't work out within a year or two, like move on to the next guy. We do the same thing with head coaches too, just like not the same way with the draft, but like Jaden Daniels is a huge example of this type of or like what that means to me is because like his rookie season, the numbers are there. I'm not gonna go like cite my sources and try to figure out where the hell I saw that at, but multiple times throughout last season, um, I like kept up on this stat. Like he threw to the right side of the field an overwhelming majority of the time. Like he did not throw to the middle or throw to the left very often at all. Like there are quarterbacks that find their niche at what they're really good at, and then like schemes and everything be built around that to like you can produce a winning brand of football. But like I think quarterbacks overall, the skill is gone down a little bit. I'm saying that while we have like alien of a quarterback in Patrick Mahomes, and he can do a lot of great things, but like uh, ball placement and just different things that the quarterbacks would do to defenses, you're not seeing it as much anymore. The way Peyton, Tom, Aaron Rodgers in his young age, like the way quarterbacks, Drew Brees, the way quarterbacks of that era were manipulating defenses and mid before play and mid play, like taking advantage of something that they see on the other side of the field. Like quarterbacks are not doing that at the same level in today's game. And just like across the board, we're seeing, I think, kind of a devolution of quarterback skill.
I could agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely see that.
I would say in Patrick's specific situation, because I agree with that for a lot of the younger quarterbacks who aren't quite used to the game yet. But in Patrick's situation, we've seen him be able to throw the deep ball, and a lot of the issues we're seeing this year is still offensive line issues, and that's a concern given how much we're paying these guys. And I think one of the main reasons why he wasn't able to lead the deep ball as much on Sunday Night Football was those offensive line issues. He was still getting chased down around the edge. I think there were schematic changes in blocking, anyways. Doubling the nose, not allowing or not having Pat drop back as far, maybe step up in the pocket more, hit running lanes. Um, but Jawaan Taylor was still getting beat so often, and he was jumping offside. I don't know how they didn't call more penalties. I watched it every play. I don't know how it wasn't called. He should have gotten called for at least double digits, at least 10 of
When
those things.
you're paying $20 million to Jalen Moore, when are you going to put him in? It's going to come down to a spot where Jawaan Taylor's going to do this in a big game again, and we're going to be screwed over. It was every possession where we had any momentum, he has a penalty, screws it all up.
Have to call it. Both refs have to call it, and then at the same time, Andy and Matt Nagy have to sit there and go, "Okay, enough is enough." Or here's the other side of this coin: is Jalen Moore bad? Did we screw up
It's
on
like
two
everything we're
tackles?
seeing in practice is like, oh man, this guy's not ready.
Because here's the thing: is you could say it's money. What if it's not about the money, right? Because we're going to cut Jawaan Taylor at the end of the year. It's going to happen. Dead cap is nothing at the end of this season. How bad does Jalen Moore have to be to not get put in over Jawaan Taylor? Like that is something that's
I
going through
think
my mind that is bringing concern because that's another $20 million on the table for a tackle who can't get ahead of Jawaan Taylor.
I think the biggest thing with him though is if you bench Jawaan Taylor, can he end up playing left tackle whenever you have Jalen Moore as the swing tackle right now? You want to make sure you have a solid left tackle if anything does happen to Josh Simmons.
I think
That's
that's
going to be a
all
big
the more
factor in it.
reason. I think that's all the more reason to get Jalen more game time ASAP. Get him comfortable in running the plays. Because if something happens, boom, he's ready to go. He's had enough reps within the team. You can now move him over to the left and bring Jawaan Taylor back in. And maybe that also lights a little fire under Jawaan Taylor's butt to get things going. Uh, I'm a big proponent of that. I mean, if it's money, that's one thing. If he's really bad, that's something all more scary. If I'm the coaching staff, whatever, what have you, it's time because it's going to cost you games again. And that
It's
doesn't
not
make me
good.
feel whether it's him playing or not playing. I'm still not totally confident in this Chiefs team. I'd like to see if I can see some more second halves, even in tough games. We've got the Ravens coming up next week, and they're on a short week. That's going to be a very tough game because they're very good offensively and defensively. We'll cover that later on this week, but I'm still not fully confident. Like second half was very good. Defense did their job. I'm not worried about them at all offensively. I'm still not confident in everything that I'm seeing. These are good first steps, but it's going to take
I
a lot
mean,
more.
I think our tune would be a lot different if we saw two halves of that second half football. Um,
Absolutely.
and I think that alone, just like the clear change that we saw, that alone just means it's already moving in that right direction. I think this team, especially with the Ravens on a short week, like this team is fully capable of handling business next week.
The opportunity is there. We've seen that they can do it. It's going to be up to the players and the staff to be consistent, which is something that's been a problem over the last couple of years.
I have
Same.
faith as long as that offense does whatever they did in the second half again.